you doing? Texting? You're on the clock right now. Is this work for the show?
Yeah, yeah.
This is not private, right?
No, it's very important for the show.
Because you're a CBS employee at the moment.
Very important for the show.
It's hard to get good help. Welcome to A Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. You know, it's no secret. I got a little thing for science. I'm into the lifestyle, by which I mean continuing to live. Because right now, our country is in the middle of a fierce debate about listening to medical experts or diving like a drunken frat boy into the gullet of a crocodile, which has led to a lot of family debates like this.
Luke, it's perfectly safe for me to go bowling.
No. It's not true. That's impossible.
You stick your ground, Luke. Your dad's high risk. Now, while Trump keeps trying to lure us out of safety, health experts are warning of dire consequences if we do. The latest is former HHS official and KMTV weekend weatherman Rick Bright. Last week, Dr. Bright filed a whistleblower complaint alleging that he was canned in retaliation for opposing the broad use of chloroquine. Yes, if you'll remember, Trump promoted chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine, and his favorite cure, Chlororox. Well, today, Bright testified before Congress, but even before the hearing began, Trump went on the offensive, tweeting, "I don't know the so-called whistleblower Rick Bright, never met him or even heard of him, but to me, he is a disgruntled employee, not liked or respected by people I spoke to, and who, with his attitude, should no longer be working for our government." That's quite a preamble. Before I assassinate this guy's character, let me first say, I have no idea what I'm talking about. The hearing this afternoon was not reassuring, starting with this warning from Dr. Bright.
If we fail to improve our response now, based on science, I fear the pandemic will get worse and be prolonged. There will be likely a resurgence of COVID-19 this fall. It'll be greatly compounded by the challenges of seasonal influenza. Without better planning, 2020 could be the darkest winter in modern history.
He was really driving home the darkest winter point, as was his lawyer, John Snow, Esquire. Dr. Bright explained why he thinks we're headed to disaster.
We don't have a single point of leadership right now for this response.
Wait a second, isn't the president supposed to be the single point? Although, admittedly, he's really more of a lumpy sphere. Dr. Bright says our lack of planning is especially bad when it comes to testing.
We need a national testing strategy. The virus is here. It's everywhere.
Yes, a sentiment echoed by Associate Director of the CDC, Dr. George Bailey.
The virus is not here. The virus is in Joe's house. That's right next to yours. And in the Kennedy house, and Mrs. Macklin's house, and 100 others.
Then, Dr. Bright described a chilling moment when he heard from a mask and respirator manufacturer.
Congressman, I'll never forget the emails I received from Mike Bowen and indicating that our mask supply or N95 respirator supply was completely decimated. And he said, we're in deep.
Yes, thanks to poor planning, America is in deep, or as Trump puts it,
promises made, promises kept.
Then, Dr. Bright recounted a surprising meeting he had with the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Alex Azar.
I came in with my list of needs, and those lists for money, people, and viruses. My request was met with a bit of surprise and puzzlement. I remember Secretary Azar looking around the room and saying, money, you need money, maybe there's money somewhere.
Okay, first of all, I'm definitely adding the word empuzzlement to my vocabulary immediately. Second, you think that Alex Azar, who used to be a pharmaceutical executive, would know that medicine costs money. The fact that he evidently did not know that fills me with empuzzlement. With the news focused on today's disturbing testimony, it was only a matter of time before Trump tried to outshine Dr. Bright in today's edition of Chopper Talk. No surprise, Trump threw some shade on Dr. Bright.
To me, I watched this guy for a little while this morning. To me, he's nothing more than a a really disgruntled, unhappy person.
And he should know a disgruntled, unhappy person when he sees one, because he married 3 of them. Trump was optimistic about a vaccine and revealed a plan to get it distributed.
I think we're going to have a vaccine by the end of the year. And I think distribution will take place almost simultaneously because we've geared up the military.
Yes, the military. They're going to have SEAL Team Sick load the syringes into their rifles. You just roll up your sleeve, walk near a window, and wait for the little red dot to appear on your arm. Then Trump was asked whether the shocking death count was accurate. He didn't know, but he did offer these words of comfort.
Death is death. We don't want people dying in this country. And we've done a great job. We've done a great job.
What a lovely condolence card. Sorry for your loss. Death is death. We've done a great job. Bright's testimony echoes what Congress was told by infectious disease expert and veterinarian your mom brings the dog to way too often, Dr. Anthony Fauci. On Tuesday, Dr. Fauci testified on Capitol Hill that we need to be cautious before we reopen schools in the fall. But this morning on the Fox Business Festival, Trump said that he wants to get the schools open and he wants to do it fast.
We have to get the schools open. We have to get our country open. Now, we want to do it safely, but we also want to do it as quickly as possible.
And as we know, the way to do something safely is to do it as quickly as possible. That's why custodians put up those floor signs. Caution, run as fast as you can. Then Trump revealed why Dr. Fauci has no place in his administration.
Anthony is a good person, very good person.
He will be missed. But then Trump explained that while those with pre-existing conditions and the elderly are at risk, most people are going to be fine.
If you look, there's been very little damage done to people that are healthy and young and, frankly, medium-aged people.
Yes, medium age. For Trump, age categories go live with your mother, Miss Teen USA, medium age, ex-wife, and biggie-genarian. Like the biggie-genarian? Good. The fatality estimates keep rising, but Trump didn't seem concerned.
I see we're losing a tremendous number of lives. We're going to lose over 100,000 perhaps in this country. Now, in all fairness, that's at the bottom level of the scale. We would have lost 2 million. We would have lost more if we did it a different way.
Yes, the number of dead is actually unthinkable, but to be fair, how about a little gratitude? I didn't kill all of you, and that was definitely an option.
Trump was also asked about trade, and he said this gibberish.
We can do things in our country. We can, we used to make our own product. Would you believe it, right? We used to make our own product. We don't need 37 pencils. We can buy 2 pencils, and they can be better.
What the hell are you talking about? I think what we're learning here is that Trump has eaten a lot of lead pencils.
Why are people always needing 37 pencils? And while we're at it, why do pencils need erasers? If you make a mistake, just have Fox News say that you didn't.
Now, beyond the economy and schools and the general population, Trump says that this virus has especially taken its toll on his relationship with his special friend.
I haven't seen Mike Pence, and I miss him, but he was in the room with somebody that tested positive, and he did not test positive. He tested the opposite.
The opposite of positive? You mean negative? I'm guessing back in school you didn't test smart. You tested the opposite. Trump has abandoned America's pandemic response to the governors, and some are taking it more seriously than others. One who put out a strong stay-at-home order is Wisconsin Governor and angel come to take you to business heaven, Tony Evers. To prevent rising infection rates, Evers had closed up Wisconsin until the end of May, or at least he tried to do that, because last night the Wisconsin Supreme Court struck down the governor's stay-at-home order. No, staying closed is the only way to keep Wisconsin safe. It's already too close to Michigan's mitten. We have no idea where that thing's been. The conservative justices were very skeptical of the governor's plan, asking the state's lawyers if the extended stay-at-home order was the very definition of tyranny. A courageous, freedom-loving question that was asked from the safety of a video chat. Must not Wisconsinites be liberated from this tyrannical house arrest? Before you answer, hang on, I'm going to mute so I can buzz up my Instacart guy. My chocolate pretzels are here. In the ruling, one justice made an especially stunning comparison, saying this comprehensive claim to control virtually every aspect of a person's life is something we normally associate with prison, not a free society governed by the rule of law. Okay, calm down, Your Honor. If this was prison, you wouldn't be sitting on your couch watching Tiger King. You'd be his cellmate. Even worse, the court has no backup plan. Their ruling ends the stay-at-home order but puts nothing in its place. And the governor pointed out just how dangerous the lack of guidance is.
At this point in time, there is no orders. There's nothing that's compelling people to do anything other than having chaos here. We are the Wild West.
Oh, you wish it was the Wild West. At least those guys wore bandanas. Now, within minutes of the decision, the Tavern League of Wisconsin posted to its Facebook page, "Open immediately." Fair enough. I guess we should not expect too much common sense from the Tavern League of Wisconsin. You know their motto, "Don't let them take your keys, bro." And open immediately they did. Here's footage of Nick's Bar in Wisconsin last night. No social distancing, no masks. And if you think Nick's Bar is bad, you should have seen the crew over at PJ Lickenkoff's. We have got a great show for you tonight. John Lithgow is here. But when we return, meanwhile, stick around. It'll be very pleasant. How's that? Stick around. Stick around. Where you go? Yeah.